Sunday morning. All right, on your block, on your back, lift your hips, put the block under your sacrum, and then let your knees fall together. So take your feet as wide as the mat, and let your knees fall together, and touch. And if they don't touch, no worries. So, for now, put one hand on your heart, and one hand on your belly. And while your knees fall together, just try not to squeeze your glutes. Try to keep your back side relaxed while you are being supported by the block. And start breathing at the lowest part of your abdomen and find the breath pushing up towards the hands without lifting your back, your chest, or any other areas of your body. Just fill the breath up so fully that your abdomen distends into your hands. And then move your bottom hand to your rib cage, just a little bit higher, and start to notice the breath around the rib cage expanding. So as you fill up the middle part of your belly, the ribs expand to your hands. And then notice the breath at the chest. As the chest expands, it presses to the hand. And then in each and every breath, fill up lower belly, middle belly, and chest at one breath. Inhale. Breathe. Exhale, empty. And continue to take that 3-part breath all the way up to the chest, all the way back down. Now continue the same breath as you stretch your arms over your head and just let them open like goalposts. And you might even feel the breath a little bit fuller. On the next inhaling breath, open your legs apart. Take the soles of your feet together and let the knees open out to the side. Take one more round of breath. When you empty that round of breath, begin to bring your feet to the floor as your knees point up to the ceiling in line with your hips. Inhale your right knee into your chest and just pull a little bit out to the right side. Flex and point, roll the ankles. Inhale, release your right leg, and exhale, bring your left knee to your chest. Bring the leg a little bit on the outside of the rib cage. Move your ankle, flex point, roll. Inhale, release as you exhale. Inhale, lift your hips up off the block. Release it down to the floor. Bring the block over to the other side. Hug both knees all the way up to the chest. Grab fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, and you can rock on your spine. And then take your hands down a little bit closer to your feet or ankles and pull your heels close to your buttocks as you begin to roll on your spine and then come to a comfortable seat. Let's just cross the same leg today. Cross the left leg in front of the right. Try to get your legs so that the heels are underneath the knees rather than just crossing at the ankles. You might have to sit up on same block. Place your hands on top of your thighs, drop your shoulders down, bring your chin to your chest, and just look down towards the center of your body, the space between the two legs now. Inhale, exhale, bring the belly to the spine and just roll backwards. And hold on to your legs so you can get a nice big C curve, relax the shoulders. Inhale, bring yourself up, lean a little bit forward. Keep the hips grounded to the floor. Good, exhale, chin to chest, roll back. Inhale, come up and lean forward. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. And let's start to make some circles, one direction or the other. And then let's reverse that. Come back to center. Sit up nice and tall. Lean back. Stretch out the legs and switch the legs. Right leg on top. Come back to sitting up tall. Inhale, bring your arms out in front of you, to the side of you, thumbs up. Exhale, bring your hands together, clasp them, turn them inside out and roll back again. Inhale, pull it forward, just like we've been doing with our hands on our thighs. Open the arms and tap them behind your back. And then come back in, palms together. You can switch across the fingers around your back. Inhale, come up, release the arms, tap them back. Exhale, come back to center, round the back as you press the arms away, stay here. Inhale, lift the chest, arms up. Exhale, turn to the right side. Just your torso, keep your hips grounded. Good, reach a little taller with your arms. Exhale, float your left arm outside the right thigh, right arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And just notice what's going on in your body this morning. Relax your shoulders. Inhale back to center, arms are back up. Interlace the other finger in front, lift the arms up and empty the breath to the left side, grounding your sitting bones. Inhale, release right hand behind your left, outside your left thigh. Left hand behind you, inhale. Exhale and just breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, come back to the center. Reach the arms back up, interlace your fingers. Good, stretch out of your waistline, bring your hands behind your head. Inhale. Good, exhale, lean over to the right side, just as much as you can navigate without lifting the hips up. Inhale, back to center and just lean to the left side as you exhale. One more time, inhale to the center, lean to the right side. Just those little tick-tocks. Great for our waistline. Inhale back to center. Exhale up and over the left side. Inhale, return to the center, arms up. Exhale, float the arms down. Once again, lean back, shake out your legs. And then just roll onto your hands and knees any which direction you want. You can have the blocks set right on the sides of your mat, right hand, left hand sides. And of course, you can have your hands on top of the blocks. Tuck your toes, dip your belly, arch your back. Exhale, keep your toes tucked under, chin to chest. Lift your knees an inch or two off the floor and round your back. Inhale, leave the knees to the floor. Remember child's pose, let's take it so you know you can go there anytime you'd like. Breathe across the sides of your body, up and down. Inhale, back to your hands and knees, tuck your toes. Exhale, round and curl your spine as you hover your feet, your knees from the floor. Inhale, release the knees, push back to child's pose. Inhale back to hands and knees, tuck your toes. Exhale, high daisy, round your back. And then keep your knees slightly bent as you lift your hips in the air. Bring your chest to your thighs, bend one knee, then the other. Walk your hands, one hand pinned back, so your heels may or may not touch the floor. Take your right hand to your left foot, shin or ankle, and look under your left arm. Hug your hips to the midline. And just breathe. Release your right hand. Take your left hand to your left foot, shin or ankle. Twist. Hug the hips to the center. Inhale back to the center. Walk your hands back until your hands touch your feet. Let's actually touch our shins. Inhale, look forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, and just keep your knees bent. Let your chest and belly rest on your thighs. Take your hands behind your calves and just fold yourself in half, head towards the shin. So if here in this forward fold, your body says, I'm ready, you can take me into a straighter leg position, then go ahead and take your legs straight or straighter. So I just want you to find the places that work for you. So listen, most of you have been practicing yoga with me or in general for a long time. So you know where you can take your body without forcing it. So for me, my knees are bent, plenty. Release your hands to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Turn over to your right side. Line up your feet so they're still in line with your hips. Bend your front knee, tuck your chin to your chest, and put your forehead on your knee. Look upwards towards your belly button. Inhale, look forward. Bend the back knee and straighten the front leg a little, whatever it is. You can lift your toes up if you'd like, but don't dump into your left hip and move it out to the side. So stay squared. Inhale. And exhale. If the toes are up, just put them down for a moment. So I want you to feel grounding on the big toe and the little toe as well as the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot. Walk your hands a little bit forward. Lengthen your spine, come to your fingertips if you need to. Begin to lift your left heel off the floor. Put some weight into your right heel and float your left leg off the floor, toes and hips down. And I apologize, I didn't tell you to bring your blocks back. If you need them, always go get them. But you can have your knee bent a lot, so this is very simple to have your hands closer to the floor. One more breath. Exhale, bring your left leg back down underneath your hips, so not on a tightrope. Inhale, lengthen, walk your hands back. Walk back to the center, so your feet are back, hips width apart, facing forward, and then let's turn to the other side. So again, the heels are underneath the hips. Bend your front knee, chin to chest. Exhale, round and curl your spine, forehead to knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine, bend your back knee, straighten your front leg a little, toes up or down, doesn't matter. Inhale, and exhale. Now lower the toes if they're up, walk your hands a little bit more forward, come to the point where your right heel is starting to lift up, and maybe that's all you do. Hug your left hip towards the midline and float your right leg off the floor, lengthen your spine. Right leg is strong and long, left leg can be bent. Front of the head in line with your tailbone, hips are squared to the floor. Inhale, then exhale the foot back down. Walk your hands back in, turn to face the front of your mat. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips, rise up to stand. Release your arms by your side. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Hook your thumbs and lean to the right side because it feels nice to take a side stretch after that. Inhale back to center, switch the thumbs. Exhale to the left side. Inhale back to center, open the arms like the cactus we did on the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Put the weight into your heels, look forward, and walk your hands to the front of your mat. Bring your feet a little bit closer. Stay on your tippy toes, both legs, and then stay just on the left leg as the right leg comes back up, hip height, like we just did, facing the sides of the room. So with my foot up on my toes on my left leg, I'm able to keep my hips a little higher and squared. Staying on the left toes, bring the right knee to your chest, round and curl in a plank, and step your right foot to your right thumb or in the middle of your two hands. Blocks are available. Use them if you'd like. Always good. Good. Now, make sure again you're not on a tightrope so that you have some balance here. Press firmly into your foot, and then bring your arms up over your head for crescent. Bend your bottom knee, drop your hips low, drive your heel towards your back leg, and then straighten the back leg as much as you would like. Inhale. Reach up like you're being pulled to the ceiling, but tuck the ribs underneath you so you don't want to pooch out the ribs. Exhale, hinge forward. And then bring the arms by your side, palms facing each other. Good. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Drop your hips low. Exhale, hinge forward. Now, right now, put your hands on the floor or the blocks, a little further in front of you. Bring your weight to your right leg and float your left leg off like we did a moment ago, facing the side of the room. Toes point down, hips are squared. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Inhale, bend your right knee and step back into your lunge. Hands to the floor, right leg in the air, three-legged dog, open the hip, bend the knee. Keep your torso squared. Feet on the floor. Downward facing dog. Inhale high on your tippy toes. Float your left leg in the air, but keep it square. So just toes down, hips down. Nice and high on the right leg. Left leg is very active. Exhale, knee to chest, round and curl. Look forward. Step your left foot in between your hands. Put your hands on the floor of the blocks. Lengthen your spine. Drop your hip. Create some weight into the left heel as you begin to rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, bend your bottom knee. Reach your fingers up nice and long. Bring the ribs towards the hips. And then hinge forward, straightening the back leg. Just biceps by the ears. You don't have to go very low. Exhale, bring the arms by your side. Good, so your palms are still facing each other. You'll feel your left glute working. Inhale, bring it up to standing, crescent lunge. Exhale, hinge forward. Hands on the floor blocks, a little bit out in front of you. Shift your weight to your left leg, right toes point down, hips squared, collarbones broad, breathe in. Soften the left knee a little bit more. Step back, three-legged downward dog, left leg in the air, open up the hip. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale high on your toes to plank. Bend your knees or straight legs, come down to push-up chaturanga. Roll through to upward dog or low cobra. And downward dog or child's pose. Hips up in the air. Just towards your thighs. Inhale, float your right leg in the air. You can open it this time or keep it closed. Keep your breath hanging in there. Exhale, bring your knee to your chest, round curl. Step your right foot through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend your bottom knee. Inhale, lengthen and hinge forward. Exhale, bring your arms by your side, palms up. Now shift your weight to your right leg. Doesn't matter if it takes you 2, 5, 10 steps, and float the left leg off the floor. Nice. Inhale, bend the front knee, step back into your crescent, arms up. Turn your back foot on its side, open up, face the left side. So it's either heel to heel, heel to instep, or even wider, warrior two, arms are shoulder height. Take the knee in line with the hip, in line with the second, third toes. Arms are strong. Open up your torso to the left side. Catch. Good, sink a little bit lower, not into your knee, so you're not moving forward, you're moving down by releasing the hips, opening them a little bit more. One more breath. Inhale, straighten your front leg. If you like to shorten your stance, bring your back foot in once or twice. Otherwise, you're in the same position now with a straight leg. Bump your hips to the left side. Reach your torso as far out as you can take it. And then take the right hand inside, outside if you're using the block. The preference is on the outside of the calf on its highest height. And then bring your shoulders to stack. Open your side body. So big toe presses down. Somebody asked me why I love triangles so much. Because I can stretch all the sides of my body, but also strengthen them. And I just feel like I'm opening up just all throughout my body. At the same time as getting stronger in the same areas. Big breath in. Good, look down at your right toes. Option to keep your left hand in the air or put it on your hip. Option to take a block with you or not at all. Bend your right knee and then step your back foot closer or float it up. And now open the hip. So same pose we did a few moments ago, facing front with our leg on its side or our entire body on its side. So half moon pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Energy in both legs, firmly planting your right foot down and firmly reaching your left leg out. One more breath. Good, hand stays up or down, bend your right knee. We go back into our triangle pose. And then just bend your front knee, turn your back foot forward, step back, take vinyasa or skip it, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg in the air. This time we can open it up, bend the knee, kick it. Exhale, bring your knee to your chest, round curl. Step your left foot in between your hands. Inhale, float your arms up. Crescent lunge, bend your bottom knee, exhale. Inhale, hinge forward, and then begin to float your back leg off the floor. Warrior three, and of course, what I should have told you is if your hands need to be anywhere else, they can always be somewhere else, because having the arms out in front of you will definitely be the most challenging part of this pose. So, I mean, they don't have to be superhuman, you know, just reach and reach and reach. From here, we step back to crescent, arms up. Now turn your back foot on its side. Open up to the right side, knee over the ankle, in line with the hip and the second, third toe, warrior two. Breathe. Inhale, arms are strong. So don't just have flimsy arms out there. Pretend you're holding something up and you need some energy through those shoulders. One more breath, sink a little bit lower. Good, inhale, straighten your front leg. Choose to have your back foot move in or not. Bump your hips to the right, move your torso to the left. Left hand comes inside, outside, foot, shin, or block. Block on the outside of the leg is always the most successful, satisfying area. So it gives you that lift, that extra lift off the floor. It gives you the ability to keep your shoulders in that beautiful T position. And just breathe. Find space. Keep, once you get into a pose, you're not really just fixed there, right? There's these subtle alignment things that happen inside. We start to maybe, make some little shifts as the torso opens up a little bit more. One more breath. Hand up or down, hand on a block or not, bend your left knee. Start to bring yourself up to your left foot, left hand. Right arm and right leg are open to the right. It's the same pose it's just on one leg. Right, breathe. Keep spinning your torso open. Keep energizing through both legs. And just breathe, as the theme of this playlist is. One more breath. Find a little bit more space. Exhale, soften your left knee. Step your right foot back and find your triangle again. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, soften your front leg, hands to the floor. Step back. Three-legged dog. Or did I go right into plank? I think we did. So take your vinyasa. Upward and downward facing dogs. Feet are together, back of the mat. Inhale, float your right leg high in the sky, open a hip or not. Exhale, send it through the center. Step up into crescent lunge. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bend the bottom knee. Inhale, hinge forward, straighten the bottom leg. And take flight wherever you want your hands. Now from this time, bend your right knee, step back and turn your back foot on its side. Automatically go into your warrior two. Exhale. Good. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, hinge forward. Triangle pose. Inhale, bend your right knee. Take your right hand forward or to the side. And open up for your half moon pose. Use your block if you need it. Good. Now, bend your right knee. Step your left foot back. We're going to keep the right knee bent and put our hands on the block or the floor outside your right foot. Left arm comes up, tailbone underneath you. Inhale, bring your left arm over your left ear, palm down, thumb starts to spin open as the torso also begins to spin open. Reach your fingers all the way down to your toes. Breathe in, breathe out. One more big breath. Find a little bit more space. Exhale, turn to the front. Both hands and feet face forward. Lower your left knee. Send it behind your hip and just sink in. Pull your shoulders back. Drop through the collarbones. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the floor. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Lift the left knee up, send the right leg in the air, three-legged once again. Bend your knee, look over your left side. If you like to flip, this is a good time. Any variation for your flip dog. Now return with both hands on the floor into a plank position. Without bending your arms, just shift forward and open up your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your left leg in the air, open the hip, exhale. Step it through between your hands. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, bend your bottom knee. Inhale, hinge forward as you straighten the bottom leg. And we take flight into our left leg, balancing in warrior three for 3, not too long. This time as we land, left knee bends, right toes turn forward, open up warrior two. Sink a little lower. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, whatever length or distance between your two legs, left arm down, right arm up. Open up your chest, triangle pose. Looking down, left hand is going to start moving forward, right leg is going to start floating up. And we're here just for a couple of breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, now, bend your left knee. As you exhale, step your right foot back. Keep your left hand down on the outside of the foot or on the block. Right arm comes up. Take your right arm, spin it over your head, palm down, and then rotate the thumb so the shoulder starts to rotate and the torso starts to rotate. So yes, it is an individual action of the shoulder as well as the connected action. Back leg is firm, left leg parallel to the floor. Reach like I'm pulling your hand forward and pressing your heel down. One more breath, find a little more space. Exhale, release your hands to the floor, spin it around. Three-legged dog, left leg in the air, open up your hip. And if you like to flip, take your left foot over and reach up. Dancer's bridge or a wheel, whatever you take. Inhale, return just to a plank, vinyasa or skip, upward and downward facing dogs. Beautiful. Hips up in the air. Walk your hands back to your feet, back of the mat. Standing forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you'd like or need. Tuck the chin to the chest. Press down, roll up through your spine. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the prayer to your heart and bring your hands down by your side. Step your feet a little bit closer. Bring the weight into the left leg and lift your right leg up. Take your right hand on your right knee and open the right knee out to the side. You can stay right there or take your right peace fingers around your big toe, and some of you might extend the leg out to the side. The arm can go out to the side as well. Don't worry if the leg that's in the air is bent. Good, Karen, perfect for you. Yeah, hug the hip in. So whether or not you're holding the toe or the knee, begin to bend your right knee and place the foot of the right foot into the inner thigh of the left leg. Hands to prayer, hug the left hip into the center. Stay here or extend your arms, branches of your trees. Woo. And find some balance. Hug the left hip in firmly. Lift all the way tall. Exhale, prayer to your heart. Feet down, arms down. Soften your knees, fold forward. Again, take your peace finger grip around your big toes. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring the elbows up to the side. So you tuck your thumbs between your feet, your two fingers and your toes. Inhale, lengthen. Excuse me, exhale, fold. Excuse me. Breathe in, breathe out. Music's telling you what to do today. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up to stand. Release your arms. Firmly grounding into both sides of your feet and both feet. And then send your weight to your right leg. Lift your left leg up. Take your hand on your knee and open the hip out to the side. And whether you stay there like that or you take your left peace fingers around your big toe, even holding on, or maybe extending the leg out to the side. Hug the right hip in, right arm out. Good, then bend the knee. However you do it, place it on the inner thigh. of your right leg into tree. Now your tree can grow, or you can keep your hands in prayer. Lift out tall out of your hips. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Release your foot. Separate your feet and forward fold over your legs. Lift your toes up and slide your hands underneath your feet. Wrap the big toe around the wrist. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold and begin to straighten your legs. Head to your shins, hips up. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your hands. Start to keep the weight in your heels as you start to walk your hands forward, back into a high downward facing dog, and then shift yourself into your plank. Take vinyasa here. Exhale, inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep the weight to your right hand and foot as you spin over to your left side. Stack, stagger, or lift, or drop the bottom knee to the floor. Left arm up, Vashisthasana, side plank pose. Take your left arm up and over your head, just like we did earlier. Lift the bottom hip up. Inhale, press, lift up. Exhale, plank pose, both hands, feet on the floor. Inhale, push back, downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, begin to shift onto your left side. Right foot spins. You can have your left knee down to the floor. Both legs up. Well, not both legs up, but both legs facing straight. And then the top leg can lift up. Arm overhead, lift out of the left waistline. Breathe in. Inhale. Exhale, find your plank. Inhale. Hips up in the air. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your forearms to the floor. You can interlace your fingers, walk your feet a little closer to your hands. Inhale, your right leg lifts in the air. If you like to take little hops and practice going into Pincha Mayurasana, you can do that. Your hands probably would be separated, but that's okay. And then exhale, the right leg comes down. Inhale, the left leg comes up. If you're practicing hops, kick your right heel to your buttocks, left leg goes up higher in the sky. Exhale, both feet on the floor. Step back into a plank on your forearms. Shift forward so your chin's in front of your thumbs. Open your arms apart, and then lay your hips on the floor. Squeeze your elbows towards each other and towards your chest. Oh, look at Daisy. Aw. Love your hat, Daisy. Poor thing. Shoulders back. Aw. I want to have my ears clipped too. I don't know what you did, but anyway. Elbows in, chest open. So you're resting above your pubic bone, below your hip bones. Inhale, let your chest come down to the floor and reach your arms out in front of you. Top of the head, forehead to the floor. Inhale, send your right arm, back towards your right leg as you bend your right leg. Hold on to it on the outside of spine. Level. Now, once you get your hands around your foot, drop your right hip down to the floor. So the tendency is to kind of roll over to the left side a little bit. Lift your right leg off the floor. Lift your left arm off the floor. Kick back and maybe lift your left leg off the floor. Keep working the levelness of the hips. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Toes turn in, arms out in front of you, but let them just kind of relax. And then bring your legs back to neutral. Take your left arm and bend your left leg. Grab a hold of your left foot. Kick your foot into your hand and lift the leg. Take the right arm up, thumb up to the sky. And then option to take the left leg up as well. Don't forget, Keep your left hip rolling downward. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, bring it down. Let's release both arms by your side, palms up. Turn one of your ears to the floor and shoulders drop down. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale, bend both knees, reach both hands to the ankles. Bring your knees a little closer and bring your ankles a little closer. Exhale, push your pubic bone down. Inhale, kick into your hands. Lift everything you can off the floor. Try not to let the knees splay out, but hug them in closer. Kick the feet up and away. Lift your chest up and away. 3, 2, kick higher. 1, exhale, right ear or opposite ear to the floor. Palms face up. Inhale, bring your arms by your side. Low cobra. Walk your hands back. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale onto your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Take yourself in between your two sides. I'm just doing it the easy peasy way today. All right, legs out in front of you. Hands by your side or on your blocks. Pull your shoulders back and down. Turn your toes up towards your face. Broaden your collarbones and breathe. Good. Start to walk your fingers forward, keeping the spine long. Stop when you first feel resistance in your hamstrings or your low back, but keep lifted out of your waistline. In fact, if you wanted to put a block right, it's not below my belly button, but right, waistline, wherever it's going to sit. And then keep folding over that, keeping your spine straight, right? So we don't just collapse onto it. Keep walking your fingers forward. Reach forward, pull back with your toes, pull forward with your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up and away. Sit up tall. You can move the block to the side if you had it. Chin to chest as you articulate your spine down to the floor. I have a really big bruise on my lower part of my body, so I'm just going to swerve around it, and then I'm going to come down to the floor, all the way down. Hug your right knee to your chest. Exhale, stretch your right leg in the air. Flex and point, roll the ankle. And then bend your right knee. Hold on to the bottom of the foot if you can reach it. Use a strap towel if you need to. Bring the right knee over to the right waistline a little bit more. And take your right peace fingers around your right big toe, so bring your arm on the inside of the foot. And then bring the knee open, it's a bent knee, open to the outside of the waistline, foot to the ceiling like a happy baby. If having your left leg straight is just any sensation on your back that isn't desirable, then release the leg and bend it. One more breath. Exhale, take the left hand to the right foot and draw the leg across the body. Put the foot on the floor. Take your right hand and just guide the right thigh away, and or bend the bottom leg a little bit, and you can kind of use it as a little leverage. One more breath. Release the bind of the foot and just turn this into a spinal twist. Inhale, return to the center, hug your knees to your chest. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders up towards your knees. Inhale, stretch your right leg out, hold on to your left shin. Bring the leg a little bit off to the left side. Right leg is active. And then take your hands underneath the ball of your foot, pull the leg towards you, but on the outside of the left rib cage. Take your left peace fingers around your left big toe. Bring it in a little bit more, and then begin to take it into the happy baby, half a happy baby. Right leg is straight or bent, but the left knee is bent, the foot is towards the ceiling, and your knees on the outside of your left rib cage. You can put your right hand on your right hip to remind you to stay down. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Now take your right hand outside your left foot. Release the toes and put the foot onto the floor. You can bend the bottom leg. It'll give you a little leverage for your shin. And then take your left hand and press the leg away. And then go ahead, relax the foot and just turn it into a spinal twist as you bring the knee towards the floor. Open the left arm out to the side. Inhale, return to your back, both knees to your chest. Exhale, head and shoulders up. Take your hands on the outside of your feet. Inhale, a little bit more close compression. Exhale, on your back, happy baby pose. Both legs. Rock on your spine, make circles, or just stay where you are. And then release your feet, draw the knees into your chest. Open your arms one more time. Shift both hips to the right, knees both over to the left. As deep as you want to make it, you can cross it once or twice. You can bring it closer to your chest or further away if you want a little bit more space. Inhale, return to the center. Exhale, legs to the, or hips to the left, legs to the right. And inhale back to your backs. Exhale, hug your knees in. Send your legs straight up in the air. Release your arms by your side. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders and reach your arms forward. And then reach your arms to your feet. Pull your belly in, lift your hips off the floor, lift your shoulders off the floor. Take 2 big breaths. Inhale, exhale as a breath. And then lower your head, lower your hips. Release your arms by your side. Bend the knees to your chest. Extend one leg and then the other out in front of you. Stretch the arms over your head. Reach all the way. Big good morning stretch here, right? As if you were just waking up. Inhale. Empty the breath. Exhale. Release your arms by your side. And start to surrender into your final Shavasana pose. So as you lay in your Shavasana, let everything go. No physical actions, no distractions. Let your body surrender from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. And each breath, like the ebb and flow of the tides. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy.